Welcome to BTI, that's Bible Training Institute. We open the scriptures every week, line upon line, precept upon precept, here a little and there a little. Study with us and learn how to know God as a close, intimate, and personal friend, and learn what is soon to come upon this world.
But I'm going to start our study this morning with a question. Here's the question. What's the question? What in the world is the church for? Now listen to that sentence. What in the world is the church for? The church is God's appointed agency for the salvation of men. Let's analyze that for him. Don't keep going. Let's analyze that. See, one of the reasons why we don't study enough is because we read too fast. It says, the members of the church, those whom he has called out of darkness into his marvelous light, are to show forth his glory. The church is the repository. That's the place where you put things. Of the riches of the grace of Christ, and through the church, what's that next word? What does that suggest? It may not be happening right now, but eventually it's going to happen. Eventually will be made manifest even to principalities and powers in heavenly places, the final and what else? Full display of the love of God. That's going to vindicate God's character. It's going to finish the work. It says evangelistic work. Opening the scriptures to others. Doing what? Warning men and women of what is coming upon the world is to occupy more and still more of the time of God's servants. We are to warn them of what's coming upon So part of the mission in helping others is to help them to see something is coming so they understand how to get ready. Is that part of our mission? It is. Now, my brothers and sisters, if you were looking in the world today in 2023, guess what you would see? You would see the handwriting on the wall. In the history, listen, the Dr. Richard Hold says, in the history of the human species, there's never been a time like this. You know what we're doing? We're playing church. Our heart and our home is not in the position we need to be in. You know what God's saying? Please, family, wake up. What we have to do, we must do how? And I'm still praying for a few more years of grace. I mean, you can't stop forever because it's got to happen. But we can pray for as long as God will give us, not to waste it. But you know what should have been happening from 28 to 20? You know what should have been happening? We should have been getting ready. But you know, we're not in much better position today than we were back then. Let's go to Hebrews chapter 12. I want my young friends to put these notes down. You've been doing good. I want you to put it down. Hebrews chapter 12. And I want us to notice what it says. Now we're going to pick up what just happened. Remember last week as we were talking, not last week, but the study last time we were together, we were studying, we found out that there's a relationship between holiness and the last days. There's a relationship between what? Holiness and the last days. We found out, my brothers and sisters, that in this relationship between holiness and the last days, that no one, listen to me carefully, no one will be ready for the coming of the Lord who is not holy. Hold on one moment. That no one will be ready for the coming of the Lord who is not what? Who is not holy. No one will be ready for the coming of the Lord who is not what? Holy. Those who receive the seal of the living God and are protected. Do you want protection? Yes. In the time of trouble must have money. No. Must have a greenhouse. No. Now, it'd be good to have a greenhouse, but that's not what this says. This is talking about the real issue. In the time of trouble must, what? Talk to me, somebody. Reflect the image of Jesus fully.
If you were blessed by this study and would like to be a part of the BTI, that's Bible Training Institute, simply have your Bible pen and paper handy and check out our weekly studies by logging on to molministry.com/BTI. Also, tune in every Friday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time for the latest. Maranatha.